morning, everyone, and welcome to the 54th episode of the Midwest Donut Review Show. I'm Dave Leggett in St. Louis, Missouri. That is my son, Eric Leggett. He is in Sacramento, California today. And Eric, happy National Donut Day.
Fuck yeah, baby. It's a big one today, 54. Everyone was waiting. Oh, what are they going to do for episode 54? The big 5-4. It's National Donut Day, fuckers. Time to eat a lot of donuts.
Yep. So I walked into the first shop this morning and yelled, "Happy National Donut Day!" And everybody said, "Happy National Donut." I said, "This should be a national holiday. Everybody should be off work." And the woman behind the counter said, "Who would make the donuts?"
You know what? That's a great point.
So it'd be a holiday for everybody except them. So all of a sudden I felt bad.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show if this is your first time. If not, you know what madness is about to ensue.
Honestly, you know what? This is a great fucking starting point. If you're new to the show, this is episode 54. There's a lot to go back to. And, when you see a podcast that's this far in, you're like, oh, geez, I don't know what kind of inside jokes and references I'm not going to get if I jump in. I think this is a great first episode to get your teeth wet. Nope. Get your feet wet. Get your teeth wet. Hey, guys, it's been a while since we've done this.
Oh, it's been a month or so.
Time.
Yeah.
But this is a great episode to
This shows
start.
you that we're not AI.
Yes.
Because there's no
AI.
perfection going on here.
This is a perfect jumping off episode to get into the Midwest Donut podcast.
And what we normally do is Eric and I try to buy the same three kinds of donuts. We'll taste them, price them, size them, take some pics, and tell you how good those donuts are, and if you maybe need to go to that shop and try something else, or if you need to get a dozen of those and get a promotion and raise at work.
Yes.
All the people that have purchased the great donuts that we talk about and have gotten promotions have not yet commented, "Hey, thanks for the bump."
Not yet.
Haven't gotten that comment yet. I know it's out there. So we're going to do a little bit different today. We're going to keep our normal pattern, and we always open a show where Eric will give us some donut news of the week.
Yes. So, we've got a big one this week in honor of National Donut Day. Do you remember, probably, maybe not a whole year ago, but it's been a while, I brought to the show Yelp did their top 100 donut shops in America.
Yes.
And the one that was ranked number one was like an ice cream shop that also did donuts.
I do remember how awkward that seemed.
Yes. So, DoorDash just put out their top 100 donut shops in America.
Okay. Just tell me it's not the exact same 100. It wasn't a cut and paste.
Definitely not, because
Okay.
they had stricter criteria for rankings.
Okay.
The list zeroes in on independent and regional shops with fewer than 10 locations.
Oh, I love that.
To make the cut, the businesses must have at least 1,000 lifetime reviews and ranked among the platform's highest rated donut spots over the period of June 5th is when this came out. Sorry, June 5th this came out last week.
Okay.
So it's 100 shops that are like specifically small mom and pop donuts centric spots.
If you're a chain, you have more than 10 spots for sure.
Yes, this is a much stricter criteria list, which I think is good. It's going to get you better donut shops. So I'm going to ask you a little questions about it. What state has the most shops on this list, and how many?
If it's not California, I would be very surprised.
It is California.
Okay. Out of the top 100, mom and pops. I will say California has 14.
They have 39.
Oh! Oh my.
39
Oh.
in California. And I saw that. I'm like, damn, that's a lot. And what's really interesting is I went through the list. 4 of them I've been to for this show.
All right. All right.
So I was able to go to the backlog of episodes. Some of them, like Sunshine Donuts is on this list. We went there episode 6.
Oh, that was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I had to go in the backlogs to find it. And so it was nice. I could say, well, let's take my experience with these donut shops and see they're ranked number 100. So I decided to go back and make note of the ones I've been to. So we have Sunshine Donuts I went to, and I listened to my review of it, and it was not a great shop. I remember the scores were not very high, but it did have the donut breakfast sandwich, which was really weird.
I do remember you brought that up specifically because you were so blown away by it.
Yes, it was so bizarre. So that's in there. CK's Donuts and JR's Donuts, both shops I went to. And I listened back, and they were about like middle of the road. It wasn't anything.
These are the top
great.
100 in the country, and
Yes.
we're just okay. Well,
And then the final one I went to was Elk Grove Donuts, which I listened back. This was definitely an above average shop, but it didn't have anything spectacular. And unfortunately, there was only one donut shop to make this list in Missouri, but it was one that you've been to, K&J Donuts. And I went back, and again, it was kind of middle of the road, just okay donuts.
Wow.
So, again, these lists by companies are not perfect because they kind of have their own agenda. I don't use DoorDash to get donuts.
Yes.
I just don't.
Yes.
Especially because, the stock is always changing.
Yes.
You can order, I want, 3 chocolate Long Johns. But
It
by the
is
time that order gets there, they only have 1. So
yes.
I think going to a shop is so much better. I don't use
Oh my
DoorDash for
God.
donuts.
It's the difference between watching hockey on TV and being at a hockey game.
Yes.
You cannot recreate the experience.
Yes. So, these lists have their own agendas for sure because, it says one of the criteria is they must have at least 1,000 lifetime reviews on DoorDash. So that's 1,000 different people review, not only getting it on DoorDash, but then also leaving a review on DoorDash.
Yes.
So it's specific criteria to make the list, and then even more specific criteria to get on the list because of the DoorDash stuff.
And the other thing I think about is I wonder how many of the mom and pops that I've been to, I don't really notice, do DoorDash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you don't do DoorDash, you're not going to get rated, whether you have the best donuts in the whole wide world or not. You're not even going to get rated. Huh.
So,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
I mean,
so
I
think,
appreciate the effort, but it sounds a little bit like click and drag.
Yes.
Like immediately thousands of mom and pop shops are off the list.
Yes. I'd
Ineligible.
argue that the most mom and pop shops don't do DoorDash at all.
Yeah,
So-
I would agree. It's
A
so,
list
yeah,
like this,
so they're-
a list like this, I don't think will ever be perfect, but I do enjoy that it was a little bit more focused than the Yelp one, because especially
Yes.
the Yelp one was like reviews from like Yelp Elite members or whatever the fuck, and it's like that's stupid. This is just like any review. You don't have to be an elite DoorDash member or whatever to leave a review.
Elite.
So.
And one of the benefits of being an elite member is we will include you in our donut review. Can't put a price on that.
Nope.
All right. Good news to kick off the show. This is where my take is. I'll talk about savory donuts in America, or some crazy donuts in America, or gargantuan donuts in America. However, I'm going to twist a little bit today, and I'm going to give you.
Before you start, what donut am I eating first? We've got a lot of donuts to eat today.
Oh, okay. So our normal show is
yes.
we always do glaze.
Explain how we're doing this one a little bit.
Yes. So we specifically are not doing glazed, and here's why. Because the shops we went to already, we've been to these shops before. This is our second time. They have amazing glazed donuts, really high score glaze. So we're not going to do that again. So what we have done is we've taken these three shops that we'll talk about today, the three donuts that we picked, excluding the glaze. So the other two donuts we got from one of the other shops. For example, the first shop, we did an old-fashioned and a blueberry cake. But we're not getting it from the same shop. We've already reviewed that. So we got those two from the other two shops, and vice versa. So there are a total of 9 donuts that we'll be looking at. And we are subbing the glaze today for a specialty donut, either something that just blew us away from the case, or that we talked to the workers there. What's your favorite? What's the most amazing? That kind of thing. So we are doing specialty. We're going to do old-fashioned, blueberry cake. We're going to do a chocolate long john. We're going to do a vanilla iced cruller. We're going to do a raspberry jelly donut. And we're going to do a chocolate iced chocolate cake. So those are the 6 we're pulling from these 3 shops. We already know the glazed are well done. How do you do the other ones? And a quick note, just because it's National Donut Day and we're high on sugar right now, doesn't mean there's free pass. Like, you better still make a good donut. The other ones better still be good. This is not, we're giving out 4s all day just because we're so fucking happy it's National Donut Day. We're not doing it. Still a review show, man. Yeah. So, the first one, Eric, I would say is try your old-fashioned. And then I'll old-fashioned after you. But here's my take. We were in one of Eric's notorious cities, New York City. We went last week, me and my wife Janet, and we go yearly. And we have talked about a place on this show before in New York. It's maybe a half a block off of Times Square. It's called I'm Donut? ? It is it's a Japanese donut shop, and they opened their first location outside of Japan, a block off of Times Square in New York. They opened in April of 2025, and they are known for completely different donuts, almost completely different donuts. So I took a picture of the menu, and Eric, I'll send that to you, and you can post it on the show for everybody to get a bird's eye view of it. So it's kind of a sushi experience, because you walk in and a gentleman hands you a clipboard with a donut menu and a pen, and you check off the donuts you want. Then you take that order form to the cashier. He charges you, and then the people next to them open stainless steel drawers and take tongs and pick out the donuts you just ordered and put them on a plate if you're eating inside. It's super bright white. And there's also like a 40-second video that I sent that showed you how super clean white this glaring light place is. And they sell some swag, which is kind of funny.
Did you buy any?
I did not buy any. It wasn't really my vibe.
You know what? That makes sense.
So they make all of their donuts from Nama dough, Nama. It is similar to a brioche. I love a brioche donut. It's next level if you're doing that. They use kabocha in the mix, which is a Japanese pumpkin, And that is what cuts the gluten and makes it such an airy texture. All right. So all brand new stuff, right? They do lattes, they have tea, OJ, and water. But their big to do is their donuts and their flavors. On the trip to New York, I was looking, how can I squeeze in a donut something while we're here? Because we talk about New York donut places all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was going to happen, except we had tickets to see Oh Mary at the Lyceum Theater. I think it's 45th Street, again, right off of Times Square. Across the street, I'm Donut, and big lines. So it was an 8:30 show. We got in about 8 o'clock, and big lines. They're open till midnight. And so I'm like, all right, after the show, we're going to go do a little quickie donut detour. Their cheapest donut in the store is the original. $3.98. Just fried donut, a little bit of powdered sugar on it. They do a chocolate, which is cocoa yeast and cocoa powder on top. Instead of $4.98, $3.98, I'm just going to say it's $5.
Yeah.
$5 for that donut. They have a matcha donut, which is, of course, Japanese green tea leaves. $6. A chocolate shell. $6. The glazed, $5. Here's the bizarre thing for me. When you look at the picture of the menu, there will be a marker where donuts are crossed out, meaning they're sold out. They sold out of glazed. Come on now. Come on. It's an original that you put glaze on.
Yeah.
You didn't sell out of the original. Anyway, they do a strawberry chocolate.
That sounds awesome.
Chocolate yeast, strawberry icing, and strawberry flakes, $7. Pistachio white chocolate, $7. Pistachio icing and nuts. A Zaku Zaku. It's a crunchy dulce de leche. Crunchy, I looked up. Zaku Zaku is what crunchy is in Japanese. It is where they blend almonds and sugar to make it a crunchy vibe. So they put candied mixed nuts on top of that. $8. Frou donuts. Tangerine royal black tea, $8. Sakura raspberry cream, $8. Sakura is a Japanese word for cherry blossom, so it's a cherry icing. Raspberry mousse with raspberry jelly filling, coated in the Sakura white chocolate, and then a whole raspberry on top. And you'll see from the pictures, it's freaking gorgeous. It's $8. They have 5 different cream-filled donuts. They have 4 different savory donuts. The savory donuts, anchovy cheese for $8. The scrambled egg is $9. The New York BLT is $13. The chicken ginger teriyaki is $12. So, for our 2 donuts, we got an original and a Sakura raspberry cream. $18.
Holy shit.
Including tax and tip. Here's my review of each donut. The original was definitely light and fluffy. Not much flavor, though. It was bland. The powdered sugar barely made a difference in the donut. It was almost a savory donut, which is how it lacked sweetness.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
A 2.2. For $4,
yeah, that's
to have a bland donut is just okay. The Sakura raspberry cream, a much better donut with the mousse, the jelly filling, really tasty. Not amazing, but really tasty and a different. I love different. The cherry white chocolate icing was almost fighting the raspberry. It doesn't complement it. I thought raspberry and chocolate, but it's white chocolate, and white chocolate is sweet. It's not fudge chocolate.
Yeah.
Like cherry and chocolate is a thing. but
Yeah.
white chocolate with a raspberry. And because it's $8 for that donut, it was a
Yeah. Fuck.
2.3. So they're going to get a whole bunch of people going to check out because it's brand new.
Yeah.
But if you're going to enjoy the donuts, you're not going to.
No.
Not for the, again, New York, Times Square, expensive, la, la, la. I get it. So give me a really good product for that
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is my review of I'm Donut, the Japanese donut joint in New York City, in Times Square, and for what the prices are and for what they're offering, it's I think it's a touristy gimmick.
I mean, it is Times Square. They're kind of known for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's taste some donuts. First one up on the menu, Eric, is the Old Fashioned. Where'd you go? Tell me about your donut.
So, my glazed old fashioned is from Don Jose's Donuts. This is a semi-new shop. It's probably been like 2.5 years, 3 years since they've been open now. I remember this is 2394 Fruit Ridge Road in Sacramento, California. I remember going there for the first time, being really, really like pleasantly surprised with how good their donuts were. And this has quickly became one of my favorite shops in Sacramento. So when we said we were doing 3 shops, I knew for a fact Don Jose's was going to be on my list. And this glazed old fashioned fucking proved me correct. This was 4.5 inches across, 1.5 inches tall. Really great size. The perfect old fashioned texture for me. Something where it's soft all the way through, but it still has the edges and crown that a classic old fashioned does. I hate when old fashions are crispy or crunchy. I hate it. And this is not that in the slightest. Fried perfectly. The glaze tastes awesome. Not too sweet, and it mixes really well with a really good vanilla cake flavor. You'll see in the photos, it's just a beautiful looking old fashioned. The crown is even and puffed out perfectly. Soft and moist cake texture. I will say I wish a little bit more glaze had gotten on it. You can see at the bottom of it is pretty barren of glaze, which is a little unfortunate because the glaze is really good. But it did get a little bit in the middle of it, which sometimes old fashions miss out on that because of the crown. It's a little harder for it to fall in. So I'd say it got a pretty good amount in the middle of the donut. But yeah, this is a fucking top tier glazed old fashioned. This is like, like a 4.6?
Oh, wow.
Because
shite.
$1.65.
Oh, that's a great price.
For out here?
For you?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a better price for any donut, let alone a donut this good.
Yeah, that's a great score. That is a great score. Wow.
To open up our... So do you want to stick with the same shop?
Well, actually, I was thinking the iced chocolate cake will be next on our list. Is that all right?
Perfect.
So I'm going to tell you about my old fashioned. I went to the donut stop. That was show number 25 for us in December of 2024. At that point, the only 5.0 that either of us had ever given to a glazed donut. They are 1101 Lee May Ferry Road. You have to know this by now. You have to know this shop at the corner of Telegraph and Lee May Ferry. My mom used to work there. My sister Debbie used to work there. I've eaten these donuts since I was age 6, 5 maybe. Phenomenal, but not rose-colored glasses. Just that their donuts are really outstanding. So the old fashioned is $1.25. It is 3.5 inches by 3 inches, not completely round, 1/4 inch tall. It's a tiny fella. That was the quote I put. That's a tiny fella. Not the biggest old fashioned I've ever seen. The glaze is sublime from the donut shop. Cake by itself, very moist, very flavorful, great vanilla flavor, soft in the middle, and different than Eric. I do like the crunchy old fashioned, and the crown is crunchy all along the top. Wish it was bigger, but it's $1.25, which is a really good price. So it's a great old fashioned donut. It's just a little small. I'm a little big. So it's a 4.0. Really excellent old fashioned. Could use a little, I don't know, protein and workout schedule. I don't know how you do that, but Donut Stop gets a 4.0 for their old fashioned today. Well done.
Very good. Very good. So, as you mentioned before, our second donut, the chocolate cake with chocolate icing. This one I got from Broadway Donuts. I will say, I wasn't planning on going to Broadway Donuts today. Broadway Donuts didn't make my top 3 initially, but the third donut shop I was planning on going to, it was a mess this morning. I forgot to set an alarm, so I got out late, and because of that, by the time I got to this third donut shop, they didn't have much variety left. So I had to pivot, and I went to Broadway Donuts, which, don't get me wrong, I love Broadway Donuts. Easily one of my favorites. And this chocolate cake, chocolate icing donut is one of those reasons, for sure. This was 3.5 inches across, 1.25 inches tall. I'd say pretty standard size for a cake donut. I think the star of this is the chocolate icing. It is a fudgy, chocolate-forward icing, which I think is exactly what you need. A lot of times, icings can just be sugar. And chocolate icings, for sure, can lean into maybe a more processed flavor. So, I think this is kind of the gold standard for what you want in a donut icing. I think the texture is really well done. It's ribbony. It doesn't just sit on top of the donut. It almost glazes over it. And again, that good fudge flavor I think is really good. The cake itself, I think the flavor of it is pretty solid, and I think the inside texture is really nice. I do think this was fried maybe a little bit too long for my liking. A little bit on the crispier side on the bottom of the donut, which I don't love. I do wish it was softer throughout, but I think inside the donut it's got a really good texture. And again, $1.65. It's a really fucking good price. So I think I want to give this a 4.1. Definitely an above average cake donut. Icing forward, which is really good. I wish the texture was a little bit better, and I wish the chocolate cake flavor was maybe a little stronger. But the icing's really excellent, and you've got a really great price point. 4.1. I think this is an above average chocolate cake, chocolate ice donut.
You're having a good Friday morning, buddy.
Fuck yeah, I
am. All right, so my iced chocolate cake.
What do you want to do next?
From here, we'll go to the raspberry jelly. So enjoy while I give a quick review here. It's fried really well. It's soft throughout. It's a cake donut, man. Don't give me crispy. It needs to be birthday cake. It needs to be soft. Top, middle, bottom. It is. Lots of icing. The chocolate icing, for me, not fudgy enough. It starts lending itself to the sweet chocolate, which icing needs to be fudgy. It's chocolate fudgy. It needs to be fudgy. And it's too sweet for me. Not grainy sweet, not sugary sweet, just not fudgy enough. The cake is moist. It is absolutely chocolate cake. You close your eyes, you take a bite, you know it's chocolate cake. But it's not an overwhelming chocolate cake. It's just okay. Now, it's $1.25, which is a great price point. It's tiny again, 2 3/4 around, 1 1/4 inch tall. It's a little fella again. Little fella's little brother from the old fashioned. Great price point, but it's a small donut and it just tastes okay. This is a 3.5 for me. It's a good donut, but it's no great shakes. And so when you set the bar as high as Donut Stop does, this falls just a little bit below everything I've had from there before. As a side note, Donut Stop giving out free donuts to everybody today, and the free donut was a red velvet cake with cream cheese icing. And if that were being scored today, 4.5, 4.6,
Ooh.
that red velvet cake was so unbelievable by itself. Needed no icing. That's how good the cake was. Fried perfectly, good size, $1.25. If we were doing that, another big fat 4.5 at least for the Donut Stop. As part of National Donut Day, that's what they're doing. And I just wanted to let everybody know. So I went with my daughter Isabel, and for National Donut Day, we've done as many as 8 shops before on National Donut Day. Today was just the 3. We're really controlling ourselves.
Yeah, only 3 donut shops.
Yeah. I did end up with 30 plus donuts, so maybe not complete control. But at each place, Isabel and I would eat a donut because that's the tradition. To go to the place, eat a donut there. Go to the next place, eat a donut there. So I already have 3 in me. So I'm not doing 9 more full donuts here for the rest of this show because I would like to not just sleep the rest of the day. I got stuff to do. And
I'm off today. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
yeah, knock them out, buddy. I'm going to do a bunch of halves.
So,
up next are raspberry jelly.
Raspberry glazed jelly filled donut. This one also came from Broadway Donuts. And I'll say I was a little let down with this one. This jelly filled was 4 inches across, 1.5 inches tall. Bit of a price bump for this one. It was $2.15. And for that price, I just don't think this is a very great jelly filled. The thing I really enjoyed about it, I'll start off with that, is I think the yeast dough is excellent. Super light, super fluffy, flavorful. And it's good that it's flavorful. Because if you were watching me eat, and if I had a foot camera for perverts, you would see that there's a whole bunch of chipped off glaze on my floor. Every bite you took, glaze just chipping off and falling. I hate that shit so much. I really dislike when glaze does that. So they were lucky that the dough itself was still pretty good because there were absolutely bites where the glaze was gone and I was just getting dough. The jelly filling itself I thought was pretty good. I think this is definitely a homemade filling for sure. This is not a stuff you get in a can. Wasn't too sweet, wasn't too tart. I think it was a good flavor, but it definitely wasn't filled enough. This was filled pretty good. I've definitely had donuts with less filling, but not enough for a filled donut. So all that, price over $2. I think I want to give this like a 3.2.
Okay.
It's just not great. You know, if you want a jelly donut, I think it'll do the trick, but it's really nothing spectacular.
Okay. For my jelly donut, I actually got a sugared jelly donut for this, but it is raspberry filled, so I think we're still on the same plane. Today's raspberry jelly donut. All right, so it's freaking overfilled. All right, it's
Where'd you get it?
Dripping it out. Oh my God. Bellows Bakery, 11744 Manchester Road in De Pere, about 1.5 miles from 270.
And what was your other donut from Bellows that I should eat?
Vanilla iced cruller, will be next on our list. So my jelly donut, 3 inches round, 2 inches tall, which is pretty big for a jelly donut, $1.50, based on buying a dozen from Bellows. We were there in May of 2025 for show number 33, and they did surprisingly well. You know, bakeries tend to be a little focused on the other stuff, which is fine. But Bellows donuts are, all 3 of their donuts on the previous show were over 4, all of them. So high bar to reach. This jelly donut absolutely is another 4 score for them. Tons of jelly just dripping everywhere. It's tart raspberry jelly. It's not that gooey, sweet, cloying jelly. It's got a little bite to it, a little lemony tart to it. Fabulous. The dough by itself is pretty good. It's fried really well. It is a big, tall raspberry jelly donut. One of the best that I've had. It is a 4.0 for Bellows Bakery on Manchester Road. And that, I'm not eating the whole thing, but holy crap-oly, that's just awesome. I'll take one more bite and that's it.
All right. So our vanilla iced cruller. Mine today came from Baker's Donuts. This is 5880 Florin Road. Truly what I love about this donut shop is like the shop itself. Real small place. And it's got a drive-through. I fucking love that. I love a mom and pop donut shop that has a drive-through. And their drive-through
I can't think of a handful in St. Louis that offer that.
Yeah, the only drive-through donut shops are big chains.
Right.
And
Ugh.
their drive-through was fucking popping today. There was it got to the point where like cars were on the street waiting in line to get through this. So
you didn't do drive-through today, did you? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I needed to look at all my options. So this vanilla cruller, 3 3/4 inches across, 2 inches tall, pretty sizable cruller donut for sure. This was just okay. I'd say it was, all the aspects of it were almost there. The texture of the cruller, I think, was maybe a little bit on the harder side. I like a soft, almost moist cruller. This one maybe fried a little bit too long. The custard flavor I don't think was really all there. I feel like I've had other crullers that are a little bit more moist in the flavor and in the texture. And this was almost there. And the vanilla icing on this really didn't add much. You'll see in the photos, it is a super thin vanilla icing. Like you can see the top of the cruller through the icing. Almost like a glaze, which I think is a little odd. And the flavor of that vanilla icing kind of goes along with how it's displayed, is that it's a really light, timid vanilla flavor. It's vanilla. You can taste vanilla for sure, but it's very subtle. So I think with this donut, it was also $1.75, which again, I'd say is a pretty good price for out here. I think I want to give this like maybe a 3.4. All the aspects of it I think are okay, but definitely altogether it creates an okay donut. But if you just push each aspect of it a little bit further, you're getting into a really solid donut. So yeah, icing just okay, texture, flavor of the cruller just okay. I think tweaking those in a forward fashion gets you an excellent donut. I think this one is just a fine donut.
My streak for Bellows continues. This vanilla ice cruller is just awesome. Before I forget, This is. I'll show you this in just a second.
Tell me where I'm going next, though.
We are going to do blueberry cake next. So, my vanilla iced cruller, 3.5 inches around, 2 inches tall, which is a really good size. There is an issue for a cruller of being too big that you're losing that custard vibe, but it's not. It's great. Here is where you know you're in a bakery, because that vanilla icing is spectacular. And they put a lot on there. You can tell this is an icing that will go on a wedding cake or a birthday cake. That's the difference, and it's a thicker icing. It's not a glaze. This is where the bakery background really pumps up this donut. $1.50. It's good size. It's fried great. You talked about no crispy edges on it. This is soft throughout. It's bottom, middle. It's airy. It's a custardy vibe. This is how you're supposed to do a vanilla ice crawler. It's a 4.0 for Bellows. 5 donuts reviewed, all of them 4.0 or higher. I mean, get your ass to Bellows and get some donuts in there. It's going to be difficult because when you walk in, they have so many. If they don't have 80 items available when you walk in, I will be shocked.
Wow.
They have cookies and pastries of so many kinds and cakes, and you can order. And then the donuts, I would say they had 30 different kinds of donuts.
Wow.
I mean, they're really doing the donuts a great service at Bellows Bakery on Manchester. So, congrats, you guys. That's you're nailing it. I just want to go there, not for a show. That's how good the donuts are.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
how you know it's really good. If we're not even doing anything with donuts, just being like, I want a donut.
Where do you want to go?
Where do I go?
I want to go to Bellows. Yeah.
Wow.
So awesome. Outstanding stuff.
All right. So the blueberry cake donut today, also from Baker's Donuts for me. Blueberry cake's probably my favorite donut. It's one of my favorite, probably is my favorite donut. And I was not let down with this blueberry cake donut. This has got me right back up. This was 3.5 inches by 1.25 inches, $1.75 again. This is the perfect blueberry cake donut texture. It is soft and it's moist, and you can feel the real fucking blueberries in that donut. It is the perfect flavor, and it especially matches well with a really good glaze they put on top of this. It's not a super thick glaze, which I think works really well because you're getting a lot of sweetness from the blueberry cake itself already. So you're not overpowered. The glaze isn't overpowering, and it's not becoming too sweet of a donut. I think it's a really great flavor. I will say I did kind of run into the same issue with the chocolate cake donut as with this one, where maybe fried a little bit too long. This bottom part got a little too crispy for my liking. I just don't like crunching on a donut. And so that one was a little bit of a step back for me, but I think the flavor of this is exactly what I want out of a blueberry cake donut. And at $1.75, I think I want to give this like a 4.3. I think this is a donut you go.
That's a big score for a donut you love.
Yes, this is a donut you go into the shop to get. Like this is a donut where you go to Baker's Donuts, you get yourself a blueberry cake because it's better than everyone else's.
Wow, that's a great review, man. I've had conversations with some friends, and they're talking about, well, you could just give every donut shop a 4.3 or a 4, whatever. And I'm like, I could, but we don't. Yeah. I mean, would I love to tell you that every donut shop is making every donut just awesome? Love
Yeah,
to do
it'd be
it.
awesome.
But I'm not currying any favor with anybody. There's no money going anywhere
Yeah. Besides us paying for the donuts.
except us paying for our own donuts. So yeah. And I say that to lead up to the sweet spot. This was, at the time, this was September of 2024, episode number 8, a long time ago. And right at that point, they were named, I believe, maybe USA Today, the top donut shop in America. And so we did our show, and their glaze was outstanding. Their jelly donut was outstanding. Their chocolate iced chocolate cake was just okay. So what they were being lauded for didn't come through on our show. I mean, it was really pretty good. They had a couple of really good donuts, but not just outstanding from end to end. So since that time, things are going very well. They now have 3 spots, 3 sweet spots. So they're expanding, and it's mom and pop. So that's what they're supposed to do. The blueberry cake, 3.5 inches round, 1.5 inches tall, very standard size. Chunks of blueberry in the blueberry cake. A moist cake. If there's nothing except eating the cake from the middle, you're a happy, happy person. $1.49 for that blueberry cake donut. Moist and flavorful dough. The glaze is really good. For $1.49, this is a 3.8. Really solid. People would be happy if you shared these blueberry cake donuts with them.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a really good score. And here's what I wanted to point out. This is how you celebrate National Donut Day. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Happy National Donut Day 2026.
Fuck yeah.
That is how you get in. Purchasing a dozen donuts today, a free half dozen glazed.
Oh my god.
And they're awesome glazed. So, sweet spot. Holy shit. You get it.
Yep.
You freaking get it. You make really good donuts, and you're being rewarded for it. The fact that you can open 3 shops, and you have boxes specially made for the holiday. They were hopping. They were hopping and popping. They have 5 people back there behind the counter. Damn. Non-stop cars through the parking lot the whole time. We pulled in, pulled out. Really well done stuff. The only donut we have left
is the chocolate
ice long john. Okay.
So this one came from Don Jose's for me, which ties in good because Don Jose's was the only shop today to give me a freebie. They gave me a free donut for National Donut Day.
Okay.
I believe it's like a chocolate cake with chocolate icing and peanuts.
Okay.
I don't dislike that. And this chocolate long john is continuing the good graces of Don Jose's. God, this place is so pleasantly surprising for me. How good it's been. This was 6 1/4 inches long, 1 1/4 inches tall. The yeast dough is perfect. It is light and fluffy and airy. It's fried perfectly. It's soft. I mean, this is everything you want in a yeast dough. It's got a little bit of good flavor to it. The chocolate icing, I'd say, is the texture of it I really liked. It was a thicker icing, which I think is good for a long john for sure. I would say this tastes maybe a little bit more processed than the last chocolate icing I had from Broadway Donuts. Maybe not as a little more on the sweeter side than the fudgier side. But I do think the chocolate flavor is still strong. It's definitely not a sugar icing. It is still chocolate forward, just maybe not as chocolate as others I've had. And you can definitely tell just like those are 2 different colors for sure.
Yes.
So you're definitely getting a different flavor out of this, but it is still chocolate forward, which I think is good. This was 20 cents extra, $1.85, which I don't think is an issue at all, especially because you can fill these. They will fill these on the spot for you if you want, and it's still $1.85.
Love
That's
that.
awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, just the perfect yeast dough. They've completely nailed that. Icing is pretty good, not great. Really good price, I think, especially if you want to fill it. I think this is like a 4.2.
Really well done.
Really
Really
well
well
done.
done.
I think, if that icing's a little bit on the fudgier side, I think you're close to a 5, honestly.
Here's what I'm asking. The next time we come out to Sac, will you please take me to this shop?
Yes. There's
Okay.
places I need to take you out here that I go to frequent, but every time you go out here, we always try something new. But so the next time
Yeah.
you come out here, we'll go to places that I frequent.
Man, you're giving big fat scores. You love that
Yeah.
joint, and I need to feel some of that vibe too. So, as anybody who's watched the show before knows, Long Johns are in my bottom ranking of donuts that I will select. The vanilla Long John being the most thrown away donut in America. That's been scientifically proven. The chocolate
I like the
iced-
vanilla Long John.
Well, you had the dumpster dive to get them free. The chocolate iced Long John. I like the chocolate icing. I think it elevates. And the whole reason that Long Johns put me off is because it's a big donut and it has two flavor
Yeah,
vibes:
it's a
the
lot of
icing
one
and the
thing.
dough. Yes, and so if it's not awesome, it just gets tiresome to me. I can be enjoying something smaller and tastier than eating the whole Long John. I'm not an idiot. I'm eating the whole donut, but that's part of my issue. The dough today from Sweet Spot, it's probably the best Long John dough I've ever had.
Wow.
It melts in your mouth. I've never had that before. It just, I could tell. So it's 7.5 inches long, 2 inches wide, $1.49, 2 inches high also, for $1.49. So that's a really good price to start off, and that's a really big donut. But again, if it's just I'm tired of chewing this damn thing, what's the point? But the dough makes all the difference in the world. It is a really good chocolate icing. You had talked about maybe it's a step lower for you. It's not the super fudgy chocolate, but it's still a good chocolate. There's not sugar crystals in it. It's not so sweet that you don't know I am a chocolate icing. Yeah. So they hit a lot of points. It's moist. It's fried well. It's not a crispy. Oh, I hate a crispy Long John.
That's bad.
Oh,
That's bad.
that's like, it's already too much of a dough that I'm not digging, and then you crunch it. Oh, it's soft throughout, man. Just a really excellent. Is this the best Long John I've ever had? Yeah.
Wow.
I think it is.
Wow.
I think it is. And the fact that it already is starting a couple points lower than every other donut, I'm going to give it a 4.4.
Ooh.
It's an excellent Long John. And I don't know that I've ever put those two words together in my life. I don't think I've ever said out loud, excellent Long John, until today.
Wow.
But, man, Sweet Spot, congratulations, man. I'm not saying you're pulling me to the dark side by any stretch. But if I know it's from Sweet Spot, then I'm definitely grabbing.
I
a
get you on board
chocolate
with the chocolate
iced
Long John, and then I slowly push you to the vanilla Long John, and then the rest is history.
Ugh, man. You know how shocked I would have to be. I don't know, man. Maybe Sweet Spot does a great vanilla icing, and with this dough, maybe they do. Maybe it's the only shop on the planet I'll order a Long John from.
Something I missed from Donut Palace is I've never seen it anywhere other than Donut Palace when I was working there, is we would glazed blueberry cake donuts, and then a select few we would put vanilla icing on them. Have a vanilla blueberry donut. Those were incredible.
Elevated?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always made a couple extra for myself, which I can say I've been out of there for a while now.
Statute of limitations has run
Yes.
out on your thievery.
Yes. So vanilla icing blueberry cake, like if I ever see that at a donut shop here, like I'm like donating to the shop. Like I'll work a shift for you for free, man. This place is awesome.
So instead of doing glaze today, we have picked a specialty donut from each of the 3 shops. So you go ahead and start with whatever one you want. And I just want to mention this. So when we went to our 3 shops today, when we went to the donut stop, I of course had that red velvet with the cream cheese icing. That was phenomenal. Easily a 4.5 donut. Isabel had the blueberry cake and was blown away. She had the same vibe with that cake donut that I did with the red velvet cake. So we had those at the donut stop. At Bellows, I had a lemon-filled powdered sugar. And you know my history of powdered sugar from the beignets in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I got to learn the technique to bite and not breathe out because it was a puff of, I don't know what cocaine blown up in the air looks like. I know what powdered sugar blown up in the air looks like. And it went everywhere. And of course, I'm wearing a black shirt.
Yeah.
I have since cleaned it, but I was completely covered in powdered sugar. The lemon filling was so much. It maybe is the first time ever in my life that the lemon filling blew out of the bottom of the donut as I was biting it and actually fell on the napkin I had out instead of my shirt or my pants. That may be a first. Isabel did a glazed cruller and could not stop raving about it from Bellows. So that doesn't surprise me at all. The donuts we had today, I will send you a picture of what I had. It was a peach cobbler with a vanilla crumb icing done as a clamshell style.
Shit.
Where you open it up and there were chunks of peach. It was amazing to look at and super effing tasty, and you'll see a picture of that. These were some specialty ones, one-offs. Isabel had the caramel iced apple filled, again, chunks of apple and filling and a little bit of cream cheese in there. And then the caramel, apples and caramel, of course, is a thing. And when you do it in a donut, the problem is a lot of the caramel icings out there are that fake where it just tastes terrible.
Yeah.
It just tastes burnt. This caramel, I got one of the bites, and this caramel icing has to be homemade. It's just so good, it has to be homemade. So the specialty donuts at Sweet Spot, also excellent. The ones that did not make the show, just my belly.
All right. So the specialty donut I got from Baker's Donuts is a maple bacon cronut. They had
Maple bacon cruller? Cronut. Okay.
So
all right.
Baker's Donuts. Another thing. I don't know why this like scratches an itch for me or whatever. I like it when donut shops have like all their donuts like on a back wall, and you can see it. So it's not like in a front glass display case. There's like a back wall full of donuts. For whatever reason, that aesthetically scratches an itch in my brain. But in their glass display case, they had specialty donuts, and they had a big tray of gorgeous looking cronuts. So I said, "What's your best cronut? I want one of those. What's your best one?" And she said maple bacon. And I was a little hesitant because I don't like bacon like that. I'll eat bacon on like a breakfast sandwich or with some other stuff. Bacon and sweet is not really my vibe. And I was like, you know what? She said it's her best. I like this donut shop. I'll trust her. I'll give it a shot. I don't like it. And that's purely because I don't like bacon and sweet stuff. It's really it's not a good mix for me. I don't like bacon and maple together. But I will say the cronut of this, just the cronut, is incredible. Probably one of the best cronuts I've ever had. The texture of it is perfect. I mean, look at the inside of this thing. It is flaky and like the perfect cronut texture. And when I just get to maple icing, the maple icing's really fucking well done too.
No, you can come around.
So like,
It's okay.
if I liked bacon and maple, I think this is in a fucking 10 out of 10 donut. But I don't like bacon with sweet stuff.
Damn it.
So look, on fundamentals, I think it's excellent. Perfect cronut, really excellent maple. I just don't like bacon like that. So I think I'm gonna give this like a 3.9. Because I think fundamentally, I will not like this donut. I think if you took the bacon off this is like a 4 or 6.
Oh. Wow.
I think bacon and maple is so gross to me. I think bacon and sweet stuff is just so gross to me. But you take the bacon off and you just eat maple and cronut, 4 6.
Yeah, I think I'm up to about 8 or 10 items that I make specifically with maple candied bacon. Maple candied bacon in a brownie. Janet's new favorite dessert that I make is a maple candied bacon gooey butter cake. I'm telling you, man, it's phenomenal. But you gotta love it, otherwise the donut comes back, man. It just does. All right, so my specialty donut from the Donut Stop. This has been going on for a while. People rave about the cinnamon glob. It is a 4-inch round, 2 1/4 inch tall yeast donut, and it's $2. One of the most expensive, other than fritters, at the Donut Stop. And I don't get the vibe. It's a pretty good donut. It's pretty good. Growing up, Donut Stop cinnamon twists. It was a cinnamon dough that they twisted and then put cinnamon in it.
Cinnamon in
They
it.
do a.
Say that 5 times fast.
They do.
Cinnamon in it, cinnamon
They
in it,
do
cinnamon.
a cinnamon raisin glaze, cinnamon throughout the dough. That's what I was expecting. It's not. It's just not. There are some ribbons of cinnamon in there. You can see the dark spots a little bit. But when you say cinnamon glob, I'm expecting it to be overloaded with cinnamon.
Yeah.
Is the dough really good? Yep. Is the icing, the glaze
what comes
really good?
into my
Yeah.
head about that when I hear cinnamon glob? I think, the fudgies at Cruda Bakery?
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking, but with like a
Yes.
cinnamon sugar twist instead of
Yes.
chocolate.
And it's just, it's a pretty good donut. It's a 3.4 for me. Wish I could go higher. Wish I felt the love for it. If I did, I would tell you about it. But this one just falls a little bit short of expectation. If you're sharing these with people, nobody's going to spit it out. Nobody's going to complain. But I do not get the hype. Wish I did. I don't. So what are you headed off to? I'm sorry about this. Should I take a second here?
No, you're good.
What is your next donut you're vibing on?
This is a lemon poppy seed old fashioned from Don Jose's.
Ooh. I guarantee I've never seen that anywhere.
Neither have I.
Okay.
And this is very good. I'd say the main thing I'm lacking is I would like a stronger lemon flavor. I think you've got a really strong vanilla cake flavor with this old fashioned, because we had the glazed old fashioned from Don Jose's. It's a really great, really strong vanilla flavor. And I think this lemon flavor is a little bit too subdued combined with this vanilla cake. When I hear lemon poppy seed, my first thought when I'm tasting this is lemon. Okay, the plate shit's gotta stop. That's nightmare sonically.
The ice in the background is killing the vibe.
Yes, it is a nightmare to my ears.
She's just going to get 11 more scoops and then we'll be done.
I'm sorry.
She's done.
Being quiet.
Okay. Pick back up to the point of lemon, not enough lemon flavor.
Yes. The lemon flavor of this donut is not strong enough in combination with the vanilla cake flavor. I think I'm getting mostly vanilla cake flavor. Which, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad vanilla cake flavor. It's pretty good. But when I hear a lemon poppy seed donut, what I'm hoping for, what I'm expecting, is lemon forward. And this really isn't that. And again, the poppy seed flavor, again, is almost a whisper of it because it's such a strong vanilla cake flavor. Again, the fundamentals of this, I think, are perfect. Really excellent dough. Perfect texture for an old-fashioned. But I just wish it was more lemony. So I think I want to give this like a...
I mean, that's why you're picking it out of the case. Yeah. Because of the flavor potential that they're selling you.
Yes.
And then they're coming short.
Yeah. So I think this is maybe like a 3.7. Great old-fashioned, but I picked up a lemon poppy seed, and I'm getting kind of a vanilla lemon donut. I want just a lemon donut. So not bad by any sense, but not what I was looking for sure.
The reason for my almost burst of laughter there as you were ending your segment was Janet opened the microwave to see the donuts that we brought home, and she's picking up her eyeballs and putting them back in her head currently. We have to keep them in the microwave because the cats will lift the lid, chew the tops of the donuts, and then throw up. So we got to keep them hidden, and we got quite a bit today. 30 plus was our total by mistake. And the freebies that we had no say over. Are you wearing a baseball glove, Eric? What the?
Nope. That's just my next donut.
All right. So while you are there, this is what I think it is. I need to find a vein for Bellows Bakery because they have me hooked. I am an addict. I said, all right, what is your big, fabulous, crazy, whatever donut? What is the one I need to try? She said, the chocolate ice custard. I'm like, well, I do love chocolate ice custard. Don't get me wrong. I do love it. Probably my top 5. We have a lot of chocolate ice custard donuts. Mm-hmm. We've done a lot of them. She's like, I'm telling you, this is the one. Okay. I keep all of my comments that I'm writing about this donut end with an exclamation point. Holy shit, exclamation point. Tons of tasty custard, exclamation point. 3.5 inches around, 2.5 inches tall. It is easily the heaviest donut I've ever picked up in my life. It is a beast, and the custard by itself, really tasty. This ain't coming from a can. And that whole thing I talked about, the vanilla icing earlier on their cruller, same thing. This is where you can tell your chocolate icing is from a bakery on cakes. This is fudgy. Some of the best, over 54 shows, I can't tell you what the single best chocolate fudge icing is on anything that I've ever had. If this isn't top 3, I'm shocked.
Wow.
It's $1.50 for a monster-filled custard. The dough by itself with nothing else. Moist, flavorful. If it had no custard at all, it'd still be a really good donut.
Wow.
That's how good it is. But then the fact that you almost blow out the bottom. 4.8.
Oh, fuck. Wow.
I'm an addict, man. I need an intervention. Someone stop me from going to Bellows Bakery. God bless it. What an outstanding effing donut this is.
Yeah.
Just outstanding.
So,
Jesus.
the third specialty donut I grabbed today is from Broadway Donuts. And I got a glazed bear claw. This bear claw, apple filling. You saw in the video, fucking massive. Probably the biggest bear claw I've seen in Sacramento, easily.
I thought it was your glove for you to play
It
outfield.
looked like a baseball glove. And it's excellent. It is a really, really excellent yeast dough. Light and fluffy, melt in your mouth. The glaze, again, was a little flaky, but not nearly as flaky as the jelly-filled glaze was. I think maybe the jelly-filled was maybe sitting in the case a little bit longer. But again, a really good glaze. Chunks of apple you can feel, you can taste in the filling. Really great apple filling. Fried super well, and again, just the size of it, like if you were not a like it, 2 people I think could share it for breakfast, and I think it'd be fine. If your last name isn't Leggett, I think 2 people can share this donut. Yeah, this was. I honestly kind of blew me away. I was not expecting it to be as good as it is. I want to give this maybe like a 4.4. Wow. This is
okay.
I think this is a donut you go in there, you get every single time you go to Broadway Donuts. This is
How much are these? I'm sorry. The bear claws?
it's a little over $2.
Oh my god.
Which, like-
oh my god. That's a great price for that monster.
Yeah, that's incredible. Let me double check. Yeah, $2.75. I pay that 10 every day out of the week, easily. So yeah, 4.4.
Where bear claws were invented, right? Sacramento. Right? Okay. For my final specialty donut, I would like a little help from you. These are from Sweet Spot. Here are my choices.
Okay.
This is a strawberry cream cheese filled donut.
Cream cheese filling.
I'm sorry, cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake donut filled. So it's strawberry icing with crumbles, and then inside is a strawberry cheesecake filling. Or number 2, the strawberry shortcake donut. It's a clamshell with real strawberries.
I think you should go with the cheesecake.
And whipped cream. This is the place that gave us the peaches and the apple chunks. And now they're doing hunks of strawberry in a donut. What one you want me to give?
I think go
a
with the cheesecake.
Okay. So the side note for the cheesecake, it's only $1.49.
Wow. That's crazy. No added on bonus. Just that's the standard for any filled donut is $1.49. And they also do that's crazy.
The strawberry icing is so good. It's tart. It's tart strawberry. It's not that.
That's how you know it.
You know.
It's a homemade, because most processed strawberry stuff, like, it is mostly sugar. You get almost little to no tartness and like a processed out of the can
Like
kind of
when you
icing.
open a pack of strawberry jelly at a restaurant, like it's just sweet. Like, is there really strawberry
Yeah.
in this? And this, absolutely. Do I wish it had more filling? Yeah, I'm 2 bites in, but I'm there now. Oh. It is liquid cheesecake.
Oh my god.
Liquid cheesecake.
Wow.
It's a custard vibe. It's that custard makeup, but it is lemony tart cheesecake with the tart strawberry bite. Oh, wow. $1.49 for this.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Holy shit.
All day long. All day long, Sam. It's making me pucker because of the lemon and the strawberry. What a vibe. What an amazing vibe. Easily in the fours. I'm going to say 4.3 for this. Little more filling. Possibly.
How's the
Great price.
dough of it?
Dough is just by itself. The dough is very tasty. At this point, it's hard to find just dough because there's so much filling in it. Again, you're buying a filled donut because it's got filling. So it's not Where's Waldo. So I'm gonna say 4.3 on the strawberry cream cheese donut. This is never a donut that I would just walk in and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a strawberry cream cheese one."
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's like 5 donuts that you're looking for when you go in. You know, do you have the glaze, of course, the jelly, the custard, a cake donut, a really good cake donut. This is a specialty donut, but not for $1.49 it ain't. And the fact that Sweet Spot threw in 6 glazed donuts to celebrate
insanity. To give you
the fact
six free donuts.
and they had the special boxes printed for today only.
Yeah. Those people,
You know,
they fucking get it.
I mean, look,
dude.
if you don't sell out of them, are you going to use them? Of course you are. But the fact that you are celebrating with your customers that it's National Donut Day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a great shop. Just great. Just, man. I need a nap.
Yeah.
Gonna go take a little sugar crash nap. However, we always end our show with a little bit of trivia.
This feels
Today,
unfair. Because I'm so...
why? It's only one. You get one trivia question today. All right.
All right.
And I think it's one of those ones that you can work through and figure out. All right.
Okay.
There is a place called Salisbury House Restaurant. They only make 2 kind of donuts.
I heard something on your computer. Is everything okay?
Computer's running low on storage. So we'll wrap it up real quick here,
Okay.
and I'll be okay. Salisbury House. It's a restaurant for all intents and purposes. They make 2 kinds of donuts, including a vanilla cake with chocolate icing. This Hall of Fame rock and roller has declared this his favorite donut. It's in Winnipeg. What rock and roll Hall of Famer grew up in Winnipeg and said, this vanilla cake chocolate ice donut from Salisbury House is my favorite donut in the whole wide world? Rocker, Hall of Fame, born in Winnipeg.
Can you give me a year?
That he was born?
Give me the year he was getting into the rock and roll.
How about if I tell you this?
Okay.
His dad is in the Hockey Hall of Fame as a sports writer. It is the only family that has 2 members in 2 different Hall of Fames.
I have no fucking idea.
Used to be in a band with 3 other guys, And when these three other guys tour, they just use their three names. When they toured with him, they used all four names.
Okay, well, my head goes to Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Yes.
And Young is the guy that they sometimes go without, but I don't know
Yes.
his first name.
Oh.
Steven. Jason. Andrew. Tyler.
Stop. Now it's just getting embarrassing. Come on. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer
Scott.
Young. Oh, my God, Scott Young.
Frederick.
I'm going to say it, and you're going to be like, how the hell did I not know that?
Young.
Neil Young.
Motherfucker! Yeah.
Neil Young.
Young. Son of a...
His dad was a hockey writer for the Toronto Globe for 50 years. And so, yeah, the only family that has a Hall of Famer in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Hockey Hall of Fame.
How about that?
So, yeah. Man, what a show. What a freaking show. How can people join this frivolity, Eric?
Well, if you're watching on YouTube right now, subscribing to the channel, liking the video, turning on notifications.
How much does it cost to subscribe to our channel?
$0 and $0.
$0. That's exactly
All it
right.
is, it's helpful to us and it's helpful to you because you'll know when we post again, which have become more and more sporadic. So subscribing to the channel is all good. Leaving a comment. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, rating and reviewing the show and following the show, and doing that wherever you find yourself listening to this and wherever you can share this on social media, in real life, it's all helpful. It's all good stuff.
Okay. Thanks for joining us for the Midwest Donut Review Show, episode number 54. Can't tell you when 55 will be out, but it's just around the corner. That's we like to say.
This was long enough to tide you over.
Yes. So that wraps it up. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you very soon. I'm Dave Leggett in St. Louis, Missouri. That's Eric Leggett in Sacramento, California. This has been the Midwest Donut Review Show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you very, very soon.